leaf blowing. Leaf blowing. Hello, everybody. We're live. If it gets too loud, let me know. I'm in my bedroom today with the door closed because they've been
Oh,
doing work.
that's right.
So today Heather is, live from her bedroom instead of her studio. So hello, everybody. It says we have two lurking. So hello, lurkers. Um,
Say hello, lurkers.
it's been a hot minute. Kelly Spera! Saskia!
Saskia.
Hello, sweethearts. Good to see you. They were showing pictures on one of our weather channels on an area in Greece. And it was like you were looking at the planet Mars. It was all red, it was orange. I hope y'all are doing okay. And we have Magus. Hello,
We
Magus.
do.
Mwah. Love, love. And there's Nancy. Hello,
Nancy.
Nancy. So the peeps are starting to come in. That is awesome. We're excited to have everybody. It's been a hot
It's been
minute,
months.
Jackie.
Months. She went and moved across the fucking country, even further away from me.
Yeah, so now instead of having a 5 hour difference, she says it's really Saskia, it's going all
Yeah.
across the country. This world is on fire. So, but global warming doesn't exist, right? So be safe, my dear. Stay hydrated, stay cool, take good care of yourself. Um, so I was starting to say something, and
No, you were talking
yeah.
about how we
Oh
were
yeah,
we were
moving. So
five
yeah,
hours
it was
apart.
like only 5 hour difference, and now
Yeah.
I'm starting my day, and she's starting to end hers.
And I'm ready
But
for bed.
this isn't too bad, and we can always start earlier next time because I wake up, excuse me, earlier now in the morning,
Oh, okay.
so
All right.
we can always work that and make that. So, um, for people who don't know, Jackie and I started a new series just before I up and left New York called Holding Court, and I thought that was kind of a cool title, and it's
Yeah.
about going through each of our favorite court cards because everybody loves a good court card, right?
No
Um,
sarcasm and all there.
but they are getting easier. They are getting a bit better. And of course, those court cards kind of change too a little bit, or expand more, I should say, when you have different authors writing the decks. And I told Jackie I brought a couple books with me that had kind of different perspectives. Hannah!
Hey, Hannah.
Hannah, we have not seen you. Hannah, this is the new channel. And Nancy and I are still doing our Sacred Feminine on Mondays at 5 o'clock. It'll be 2 p.m. here my time, but it's still 5 o'clock for Eastern Standard so that all of our friends across the pond can be able to join us if they like. So it's so good to see you, Hannah. And we have Fatima.
Fatima.
Hello, my dear. Hello to you and Odelia. Give her my best. And so yeah, so we decided to talk about the court cards. And Jackie didn't bring her cheat sheet. Shock and awe. But she's very knowledgeable. She has this amazing book. And did you want to start off, and then I'll share what I have, and I'll just let you go? So yeah, why don't you start the show? Go ahead.
This is a great book, lads. It's very, very simple. There is nothing complicated in it. I highly recommend it. It's very reasonable on Amazon. And it is for beginners. Hey, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Uh, it is for beginners, brings clarity to your reading, so it explains them so simply. It's lovely. And there's stuff, like always, even when you're listening to someone talking about any cards, you'll always read something and you go, oh my God, I never would have thought that about that card, kind of a thing. Now, as Heather said, so we've done only the Page of Pentacles so far. First, we were thinking we'd go through the pages, but then someone had asked us, I can't even remember her name now, it's been so long, but someone had asked us, would we do the Knight of Pentacles next and continue on the Pentacles series? So that's why we're
That
doing
makes sense. Yep.
Yeah. So we decided that made more sense and
Because
we'd
we
go
don't
with
want
the
to
Knight of
confuse.
Pentacles. Yeah, yeah. So we are doing the Knight of Pentacles. So hopefully she'll see this eventually and get to watch it. But I would recommend, like, if you're kind of coming in for the first time to watch the Knight of Pentacles tonight, maybe do go back and find the Page of Pentacles ones and give it a watch, because I had an amazing cheat sheet done up for that. I didn't get around to doing it for this one. Sorry. Heather's going to bear me.
That's it. I just can't. I just can't. No.
Because I have a tarot course that I'm starting on Monday, and
Yes. Share that with everybody. The
I've been
link to her
frantically
video
typing.
is in the description where she went live or did a recording, and let everybody know if they're interested how to sign up and what she is going to be covering. But I'll let you do that as well here. So okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's just starting Monday. I've done
Promote.
I've done 3 of these courses myself in the last 5 years. One with Angie Bannicky. She's American. She's a tarot reader to the rich and famous. And Richard Knight, who's Scottish. I did one with him. And then an English woman. Her surname is Rauch. I don't know how you pronounce it. Can't remember her first name. But I did another one with her. Rauch or something, I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
Last year I did one with her, and they're all around the €30 mark, like, which was great. And those ones were one live per week, so it was like a Tuesday night for an hour and a half or 2 hours for 6 weeks. But 6 weeks to me is way too long. It's like waiting a whole week for the next chapter of information was just too long. So I thought, no, I'm going to do 2 a week. So starting this Monday, I'm doing Monday and Friday night, and then the following week Monday, Friday night, and the following week Monday and Friday night. So that'll be the 6 classes done within 3 weeks. Yeah, and it's only €30.
That makes sense, because on the weekends
Yeah.
you can study and review that Monday and
Yeah.
Friday, and then you're fresh to start the following week. That's a good
And
idea.
the best bit about online, you see, well, doing a tarot course in person, first of all, you're paying to book a room and all that kind of stuff, right? Whereas online, I'm doing it through YouTube, through an unlisted scheduled video. So obviously it'll only be watchable by those who've paid up and are sent the link. But the best bit is you can watch it back whenever you want. So if anyone misses a live, it'll be there forevermore. Unless I decided to take them down off YouTube, they'll always be there for people to watch back whenever they want. So it's extremely good value for only €30 for an online course.
It's
So I'm
the
delighted.
course that keeps on giving, and that's
Yeah.
nice when places do that. And they're like,
true.
okay, once you pay for it, it's yours. As long as the website is up, you're free
Yeah.
to it. So I love
I
that.
love those kind of things. Like even the 3 I've done now in the last 5 years, they're all still available on. Well, they were actually through Facebook, but they're all still there on the tarot groups that were set up for those courses. So yeah, it's really good, really worth it. So yeah, contact me
And
for
you
interest,
have
lads.
6 spots left. You said last night, right?
5, because I got another lovely American during the night. Yeah.
Nice. So
So
5 spots left, y'all.
I have
So go check out
Americans. I
that
have a
video
woman in
listed.
France. I have 2 in the UK. I don't
cool.
know how many in Ireland. I have all sorts of countries joining, so it's great. Yeah, very exciting.
It's a melting pot of goodness, tarot
Woohoo!
goodness. So, alrighty.
Knight of
Knight of Pentacles.
Pentacles. So, for anyone who was on it and might remember, pages are all about learning or bringing messages. That's the way I look at them anyway. The knights then, the pages will be children. I consider them now everyone considers them differently, but I consider pages to be anyone up to the age of 17, 18, when you're kind of moving out of home and getting ready to go off to college. Or hi,
That's Irene.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, who's this? Irene. Hi, Irene. I consider the knights to be anyone kind of 17, 18 who's kind of finishing up school, going to college, moving out of home, starting a job, moving in with a partner, all that kind of stuff. Did you write that book? No, girl, no. This is Lisa Robertson is her name.
I gotta get that book. That looks cool.
It is so good, yeah. So just put the name into Amazon, lads. Tarot court cards for beginners. Lisa Robertson. And you'll find it is very reasonable. It was something like 14, 15 euros.
Nancy,
Really
you are the Amazon goddess in our group. Can you go find that
Oh,
link for me, dear, and put that in chat? Oh no, she's on TV. Oh, never
is
mind,
she?
Nancy, unless you can. But we'll put that.
Oh, she is, yeah.
I'll get the. I'll be able to type that in at the end of the show. I'll grab my
Yeah.
keyboard because I got
Yeah.
a little. Okay.
So yeah, so pentacles, lads, are the element of earth. So the Knight of Pentacles, also called the explorer of earth in this case, right? So like I said, pages. Lisa Robertson is a well-known tarot teacher. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I think she has other books as well. Um, so pages are children, they're all about learning, or they bring us messages, because like in the court, if you think of the actual pages, they're the young people that are sent between kingdoms with messages to other kingdoms, you know. The knights then are getting on their horses and they're riding
Thank
off
you,
out into
Nancy.
battle. Hey, good stuff. Thanks, Nancy. That was quick. Link to book above. So the knights are on their horses, they're riding off out into battle, they're going out into the big bad world. Now, we also need to think about the elements. So, pentacles are earth. I consider, now again, people read these differently. I
Mm-hmm.
consider earth to be the slowest moving suit. I always say wands fastest, then
Mm-hmm.
swords, then cups, then pentacles. People mix them up slightly, but that's the way I read them. So, a Knight of Pentacles is a knight who is moving very slowly. They are not off out charging into battle without having thought about what they're doing. Now, this is from the Egyptian Art Nouveau tarot. So this guy is not moving. If you think about the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, the front legs of the horses are up in the air and they're clearly charging, right? This guy is just standing. He's looking around. He's looking at the pentacle. He is making plans. He is thinking all the while. This is the original one.
Just really quick for
Yeah.
people who are noticing, these are called crowns that YouTube is starting to do. And it's showing which
Oh,
chatters in the chats are the
fighters.
best chatters of everybody else, and they crown them 1, 2, and 3. And I don't know if they go beyond, but that's what those little
No.
violet things are. Pay no attention to the violet things. You guys are all the best chatters.
Yeah.
And there we go. Okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did
that's
notice that.
right. Irene. Yes, Irene.
Yes, I am.
Meet Jackie. Jackie, this is Irene. And
I
Jackie's from
got your
Cork.
name, but that was it.
Yep. She's from Cork. Or she
Some
lives
kind of
in Cork.
YouTube reward thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something, it's stupid. Yeah.
Trivial. Something trivial.
Yes.
So yeah, there's our original Rider Waite Smith image of the knight. So he's just standing there on his horse, well, sitting there on his horse, surveying his land, watching his pentacle, trying to decide if he's ready to move or if he's planned enough, that kind of thing. So, um, now again, these change between different books and stuff, but the zodiac sign that this book links to the Knight of Pentacles is Virgo, which I like to,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Virgo. My book here says Leo and Virgo. Yeah.
But you see, some of them do say it as
Leo line. Mm-hmm.
completely different star signs. And I found out only last year or whatever. You know when you put your date of birth and stuff into a
Mm-hmm.
Google app and you get your sun, moon, and rising. So
Yeah.
I am Virgo rising. And I heard someone saying on YouTube last year that your rising sign is the one that'll make most sense to you, and that's it's if you know if you're looking at readings on YouTube that you should read your rising signs first. And
Mm-hmm.
when I heard that, I started doing that, and Virgo readings make much more sense to me than Libra. I'm Libra sun, um,
I'm an
so
Aries rising.
I don't watch Libra readings anymore. I only watch Virgo ones because they make so much sense. And I am a Virgo. I'm definitely a Virgo or like a Knight of Pentacles in the sense that if I'm going somewhere new, I have to have looked at Google Maps like 50 times and almost memorize all the turns because I don't want to take a wrong turn and end up lost because I would freak out.
Now, with sidereal astrology, they make me, I think, my rising signs a Virgo. But for me, it's easier just to
Oh.
stick with the traditional right now until
Yeah,
I, I can get a grasp of that.
it's too
So,
confusing to be thinking about anything else.
yes.
Do you know? Can't we just chat
And,
freely? Absolutely.
yeah. And Hannah says, my Scorpio, my daddy was a Scorpio. And in sidereal, I'm a Scorpio.
Oh
So,
yeah, okay.
but I love my Saggy. But yes, continue.
Um So, our Knight of Pentacles, element Earth, and zodiac sign Virgo. So that makes total sense to me. Keywords here are discerning, methodical, and responsible. So, like I
Mhm.
said, a Knight of Wands and a Knight of Swords, um, obviously governed by the elements of fire and air. They're all, you know, they don't kind of, they don't process things properly. They just charge forward.
They think before they speak, kind of, or
Yeah, you know,
the foot goes in front
they
of you.
charge forward before they put some proper thought and planning into it. Or like with the fire, they're all fire, they're all hot headed and they just go, 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 and they
Yeah.
don't make, hey, thanks, Irene.
Thank you.
So the Knight of Pentacles then being the slowest element of Earth, this is the person who they're in no rush. They're not doing anything unless they've made some serious plans, unless they've taken a lot of time to figure everything out one step at a time. You're not going to be able to make a Knight of Pentacles move any faster than they want to go. They're prepared to go, you know. It says the Knight of Pentacles is somewhat of a homebody. Now, that's not me, that's the only thing. Because I'm out all the time. My children don't know what I look like. Um, he is
Where in
much
the
more
world is
content.
Jackie? Is that Waldo? Where in the world is Jackie?
It's funny, a few months ago, my husband came home from work one day and he texted me and he says, "Where are you?" And I was like, "At work. It's Thursday. I'm always at work on a Thursday or whatever, you know." And he says to me, I got a text back. "I asked your children and they said they woke in the morning and you were there and then poof, you were gone." I was like, "I woke them. I told them I'm going to work. I'll be home at 6 o'clock, etc., etc."
Mhm.
Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Sandy. Good to see you, sir.
Can I tell a quick, Sandy, can I tell a very quick story? I got a lovely email from Sandy the other day. So, with
Oh,
Sandy's blessing, I want to tell you what he said to me. Because it was really special. So yeah, Knight of Pentacles, he's much more content to stay close to his kingdom than run off into the great unknown. So yeah, like the Knight of Wands and Swords charge forward, whereas the Pentacles stay close to home. Oh, good stuff. So very quickly, right? Monday last week, I was on a live with Ben on his channel, Beneficial Tarot, right? And we did a few card pulls, and I pulled cards for Sandy. One of them was the Page of Pentacles and something else, and I suggested that there might be an offer of a job, right, coming up. So Sandy confirmed that in the chat. He said, "Yes, I am looking at new jobs, and I'm, trying to attract my dream job and blah blah blah." So that was grand. Thursday morning, I put up my card pull of the day, Queen of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, I want to say, Sandy. Sandy knows himself anyway. And I said, stand in your power. Queen of Wands can be entrepreneur, this kind of thing. I said, stand in your power, go for what you want, blah, blah, blah. Wheel of Fortune, your time is right, and that kind of thing. And the day before, the Wednesday, Sandy had gotten an email to go for a job interview on the Thursday morning at 10:30. And he emailed me at 2:30 that he'd had the interview at 10:30, been offered, or he'd gotten an email offering him the job, come in and start on Monday. So he started 2 days ago.
yay!
Yeah.
Congratulations, Sandy. Sandy, may
So
I ask what your dream job is, if you're okay with
so tell us,
sharing?
Sandy.
I'm always interested in what people's dream job is, because so many people, have to do jobs that they really don't want to do because they're told
Yeah,
you need to go to school and get a job that pays something, and we end up doing
true.
jobs that don't bring us joy. So when I hear a story like that, someone finding a dream job that makes them happy, oh, I love that. I love to celebrate that. So
Yeah. Do tell us, Sandy,
right
if you
on.
wish. Um. So yeah, the Knight of Pentacles is more content to stay close to his kingdom than run off into the great unknown. This one personality trait separates him from the other three knights. Not all knights are meant to traipse off
Um,
into battle or ride off into the sunset. These knights, oh yeah, so the Knight of Pentacles, unlike the Knight of Wands and Swords, who charge off and out into battle, the Knight of Pentacles protect the castle grounds and all those who live within its walls. Okay,
mhm.
so I thought that was cool. Um, They keep track of what comes in and out of the castle, and that they've considered that their most important of tasks. They're focused and steady. So if you think of the Knight of Pentacles sitting on his horse, staring at that pentacle, he's very focused. He's laser focused on what it is he wants. He's fully present and aware of his tasks. His slow, steady approach to life makes him the perfect candidate for his role as castle knight. Slow and steady wins the race. Exactly. Yeah. It takes real. This is interesting, actually. I liked this. Because sometimes, do you know when you're kind of, people often say, "Oh, I'm a procrastinator. I've spent too much time thinking I want to do this." Like me, for a long time, saying I wanted to do online tarot courses and stuff and not doing it, and I was saying, "Oh, I'm a procrastinator. I keep thinking about it and talking about it, but not doing it." But this next line I thought was very important. It takes real confidence to take one's time, because obviously, like a Knight of Wands or Swords, you can charge off out into the sunset, but not having made any real plans, and then making mistakes and tripping and falling and getting what's the word? Like getting upset that things aren't working out. Whereas if you'd been like the Knight of Pentacles and actually taken the time and planned properly, then things might go more smoothly. Hope you're at least enjoying it and are being well paid.
Yeah, because Sandy said it's not his dream job, but it's job. But Sandy, everybody, don't give up on your dream job. I know sometimes
Yeah.
that's easier than said and done, but never let go of that dream.
Yeah.
Don't let reality, or life, kill that dream, that star moment.
Exactly.
Yep.
This confidence can be mistaken for stubbornness, for once the knight has made up his mind or decided on his course of
Yep.
action, it is almost impossible to sway him.
Being stubborn.
Each and
Yep.
every step taken is deliberate and worthy. Yeah, so that all makes sense to me, because while I'd be always thinking I'm procrastinating, this actually makes more sense, because yes, all along I mightn't have been putting in the real effort and just jumping into it and organizing the course, whereas now, like the last week, I have been putting in the time and effort. I have been spending a lot of time on the laptop typing up good notes, but good notes that are simple, that won't freak people out. you know Complete newbies won't be going, "Oh Jesus, what's she talking about?" It is straightforward enough. It's basic stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I like information that isn't like, like
Yeah.
read like this there, because there are some where it drones and you're like, oh my
Oh
God, what
God,
am
yeah.
I, you need
Yeah.
something to kind of lighten it up a little bit or break it up a little bit. And,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's cool.
So I think that's very important stuff about the Knight of Pentacles. The knight has the ability to slow things down, to apply the brakes, and make sure all the boxes have been ticked and all possible outcomes have been examined. So this really makes sense to me. He will get it done when he gets it done. Do you know? I like that. The Prince of Pentacles is the King of Pentacles in training, obviously. But now Prince meaning that they change up the words in this book. Prince being the knight, right? He must now embark on the same lessons his father took before him. So obviously, like, say if you had a man with a big company, and his son comes into the business and he's training his way up from the kind of office duties or whatever. What do they call it? Do you know when you're starting the
Yeah, and you work your way up through the
in
company.
the
Yeah, through the ranks.
the mail room or something, the mail room, whatever,
Yeah,
whatever,
the mailroom.
um,
Yeah.
and work their way up to becoming the CEO in the future. You know, he's like, it's basically like an apprentice, really. He's learning by watching other people and kind of
I
building his.
associate apprentice with the page.
Yeah, yeah, actually, yeah,
Because they're
yeah.
young, they're studying,
Go for
they're
it. Yeah,
learning. So for me, I
yeah,
tend to, but yeah, like again, we all resonate a little bit differently. And really quick too, if anybody wants to share their thoughts and insights about their understanding or how they resonate with the Knight of Pentacles, please share it. Jackie and I will be happy to share your thoughts up on the screen, and we
yeah.
like that interaction with all of our wonderful chatters. You all deserve
Absolutely.
crowns. Crowns for everybody. Yep.
um So he must now embark on the same lessons his father took before him, like knowing what resources he has at his disposal at any given time, or knowing his kingdom's strength and weak points. Yeah, very important too.
Heather and Jackie, just wanted you
Aw,
to know how much I love the community you have made here. So many beautiful souls. Love you.
thanks,
Love
Magus.
you, Magus. And people,
Love
please
it.
be sure to check out Magus's channel too. For any of
Yeah.
my mods, if you have a channel, please put it in. And if you have a channel and you're not a mod, let me know. I can make you a mod, or if one of my mods can put you in there. Nancy, she just hit 1,000 finally.
Oh, wow.
Yay,
Congrats,
Jackie.
Nancy.
She hit 1,000. Selena hit 1,000.
Oh, wow.
So everybody who has channels that can, help, just, that would be wonderful.
I'm
Okay.
up to 895 now. It's very exciting.
Wow, she's getting there, so I'm gonna learn it tarot, so I can't even say. But
Oh, Irene is brand
yeah,
new.
but you look at the card, and what's your first initial
Yeah,
reaction? What speaks to you when you look
yeah,
at, so
absolutely. It's
that's
as simple
important
as that.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's simple. Yeah. Um, These lessons may not be the most glamorous at times, but they're vitally important. Sometimes the only way to learn these lessons is firsthand. Taking time and practicing the art of observation may not seem very exciting, but the truth is that the Prince of Pentacles could not think of a better way to spend his time. Getting down and dirty with his lessons is his personal learning style. He likes to learn on the job and out in the field. That's absolutely it. I'm someone who you can tell me how to do something,
Hmm.
but I'll only remember it and be able to do it myself in future if you've told me and shown me at the same time. So I have to see and do it myself at the same time, be able to retain the
Hmm.
information and then do
Yeah.
it myself going forward. So that is totally Knight of Pentacles energy, do you know?
I feel we
I
have
feel we
planted the
planted the
seed,
seeds
and
for this
harvest
to
will
come.
come. Yes, Magus. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. Um Knight of Pentacles, obviously being the earth element, they're close to the earth and more comfortable on the ground. So it's someone like who could be in um an earth based kind of a job, you know. They're not going to be in some high intellect kind of lawyer jobs. They're going to be in a
Like
um
forestry or
yeah,
agriculture,
yeah, in a job
husbandry.
where they're using their
Hmm.
hands, where they're out in
Medical,
nature. Yeah,
because
yeah,
Pentacles is associated with, with health,
yeah,
so finances, maybe somebody, who
yeah.
does, economics or finance. So, oh, everyone's
That's
putting
the
everyone's
thing.
channels in the chat. Thank you, everybody. That's
Good
wonderful.
stuff. Thanks, guys. That's it to say everyone considers a lot, well, not everyone, a lot of people consider the pentacles to be only money, but pentacles are anything physical and material in life. So
And was
yes, they're
it
to do
you
with
that
money.
told me spiritual as well? And I can see that. Someone
Well, I
related
have heard, yeah, I know,
spirituality
I've
because
heard
of
people saying
the
that.
because of, for me, that resonates, that it's also can be spirit and spirituality, because you have each of the elements represented in the pentacles, so, and
Yeah.
in the middle being spirit. So for me, that's a very
Oh yeah.
spiritual type of, for me as well. So
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. Yeah. When this card shows up on a reading or daily draw, you very well could find yourself needing to withdraw for a while. It may very well be time to start paying attention to your home and the environment you've created for yourself. The Knight of Pentacles is also aware enough to know that in order to be successful as a king, he's going to need some help. Yeah, so like being the slowest moving suit, being grounded and earthy, they're not afraid to kind of ask other people for help. They're not like a wands or a swords knight just charging forward thinking they can do everything themselves. The pentacles suit are people who, they're around other people. They want help from other people. They want to help other people, that kind of thing. So if they want help, they will ask for help. My phone is lighting up like a bloody Christmas tree.
yeah,
All
mine started going
emails.
bzz, and I'm going,
Yeah,
who's messaging me?
it's all emails. Um, there's loads more there I have highlighted, but we could be going on forever. But yeah, basically, Knight of Pentacles, Element of Earth, slowest moving suit. They're just someone who takes their time. They don't charge forward into anything without having thought about things properly and planning properly. Virgo, which I find, I think when people hear that he's Virgo, it kind of, especially if someone knows about astrology. I mean, I don't know much about the star signs, but I only know about Virgo because I am the Virgo rising, like I said. So Knight of Pentacles makes sense to me, you know. But I call him my baby steps knight because I always say he takes baby steps. He's the slowest of movers. So yeah, that's how it seems with Pentacles. But I know it must go deeper and broader than just the material world of money. Yeah, absolutely. I link the Knight of Pentacles and Virgo to, or well, Pentacles, I should say. I link Pentacles to the root
All right.
chakra
Yeah, I want to
because the
start.
root chakra is about grounding and it's all about all the physical and material things in life that we need to survive. So yeah, much more than money.
And so Irene said that's how I see it, how it seems with Pentacles, but I know it goes much deeper and broader than just material world and money.
Yeah,
Yes, and then we shared Hannah's. I like that's like the compass of the other suits. I love that.
yeah.
And sounds right, soul sister. um, so were you done with your list or there was
Yes, there's
okay.
enough there. Yeah,
Well, Heather has one, two, three, four books. I just was kind of trying to find different perspectives or aspects of, because some people study, when they do tarot, they like to focus a lot or incorporate a lot of like the Kabbalah into it. That's a lot,
yeah.
mostly for the majors. But I just kind of wanted to have a little smattering and different perspectives. And I still have this book. I love it. It's by Tina
Oh
Gong.
yeah.
She's the one that's in charge. Well, I don't know if she's in charge, but I think she's the CEO or creator of Labyrinthos. Amazing job there, especially you can find them on Pinterest. There's always lists of how she, teaches about Lenormand and tarot, and how different aspects and how they can be put together. The pairing of certain cards if you get in readings. I mean, it's really well done. And in her books, she includes upright and reversals, but she also includes something called interpretations, reflections, and actions, which I love. And yes, the thing that I highlighted that you said, stubborn. Can't be stubborn.
Yeah.
Let's see. Under reflection, it says success in anything is hard earned, and you know this. Have you experienced struggle, sacrifice, and even failure? Are you able to grit your teeth and pick yourself up? It is difficult to appreciate the challenging times in the same way that we relish the moments of elation and pride when things go well, but can you learn to love the journey too? So I love how he's related to the journey, taking the time, the baby steps, not rushing things, learning to savor the moment, so to speak. There she is. Hey, girl.
Hey,
Hey,
Alison.
how's it going? Cute pictures. I'll get to them when we're done with the show. So let's see really quick here. Learning, we're always learning, Irene. We're constantly learning. Um, you know, Even I learn new things from watching other readers, that add to and I keep what resonates with me, and I let go
Yeah.
what doesn't. But sometimes I'll do a reading and I'll be like looking at this going, how does this relate to this read? And I'm like, oh, and then I'll remember something that somebody said that doesn't necessarily resonate with me but will make sense for the reading. So we're constantly creating this little database, sort of, um, and so I will get to chat just a second. So with under action, let discomfort motivate. Growing always feels uncomfortable. Remember this when you feel like giving up. Let yourself feel that discomfort, but keep going through it, and slowly things will get easier. Appreciating the journey, celebrating the successes and the failures. Value the lessons. I love this. Value the lessons your unique story teaches you.
Mm.
And being efficient. With so much work to do, make it a little easier. Batch up some similar tasks so you can tackle them all at once. Create a process. And under the reversal, it'll just say, take life one day at a time. Don't rush things. Do something new. Make small changes. This is what making small changes to your routine, and little by little, life will regain color. So again, the aspect of if you do read reversals or if you get a card, because with me with Jackie, we don't do reversals, but we'll look at what other cards are around, that particular card or where they are in a spread, and we'll be able to kind of, glaze over, not glaze over. We'll be able to, I can't even think of the word, but we'll be able to guess, or sense, okay, this is possibly
Yeah.
the negative or what would be considered a negative or opposite energy to the card. And here I like when they wrote being artist, but being guarded and cautious as well, especially going in and meeting new people or certain situations. I'm going to jump to chat really quick. I'm going to go see if I can go back and forth a little bit. And Irene says, I bought a pocket Smith weight rider deck so I could have them while I travel. They are like an inch by inch, maybe half inch. I could fit 50 boxes in my pocket easy. So that's a good way. I always try to take a deck of cards with me wherever I go.
Yep.
Let's see. Thank you everyone for sharing channels. So the next book I brought, is the Artist Decoded Tarot. And this focuses on a lot of creativity. And I thought this would be a cool aspect to bring of the Knight of Pentacles. And again, like this one here is called The Steadfast Worker. And it emphasizes the importance of hard work and endurance in the face of challenges. The elemental combination, they connect air and earth with this card in this book, fosters a balanced approach, ensuring practicality and grounding in one's actions, paired with intellectual insight and clarity of thought. Um, so, what I want, this is something too I want to share. And Allison, this is interesting. I was reading this last night and I thought about our show last week about getting up and moving, being physical, going for a walk. And this is all kind of like art related in ways of, moving through life and learning life's lessons and using arts, different forms of art, to help you move forward. And under the exercise called Imagine, it says walking art is the practice of walking as an artistic medium. American writer and activist Rebecca Solnit wrote extensively about this concept in her book Wanderlust. Solnit suggests that walking offers an opportunity to engage with our surroundings more profoundly and can also be a form of resistance or of a way to reclaim public space. She argues that walking can awaken our senses, spark our imagination, and inspire creative thinking. Conscious participation in this practice may enable us to observe and appreciate the beauty and complexity of the world with new and unexpected insight. With this in mind, you will participate in walking art. As you walk, stay fully present, observing your surroundings and interactions. Respond creatively to your experience through photography, sketching, writing, or collecting if you feel inspired. So another, suit that can connect with art, being out in nature, being in the physical, your art supplies,
Yeah.
whatever it comes from the earth. So taking time to walk, to be present in the moment, not rushing anything, but like with Georgia O'Keeffe, people ask, well, why did you paint your flowers so big? And she's like, well, why do you paint yours so small? And for her, it
Mm.
was all about people walk by so fast. Oh, that's pretty, but don't take time to actually look at a flower. So this is another way of taking time, looking in, taking a moment to examine, look, study, and appreciate. And I love where that comes in kind of in a spiritual sense too, that we're connecting on a spiritual level to the pentacles. And did I need to share something? Let's see, what did Mega say? That's beautiful. Thank you, Heather. It usually takes me about 10 minutes of walking and I get out of my head and into my heart. That's beautiful. And when we go to the park, I walk, I stop, take pictures, stop, go back, sketch. So yeah, where I'm at now, I'm learning how to take my time and not rush and move so fast and be able to appreciate, um, what's around me now. And now, according to this book, the Heaven and Earth Tarot, the Knight, yes, is a protector. He moves cautiously, taking time to assess his surroundings for dangers. He provides a service for others. This Knight moves slower than the others because he desires perfection. There was something too that caught my attention last night. Um, while he may be the slowest Knight, this gives him the ability to be determined in his efforts to succeed. Like you said earlier, stay
Yeah.
focused. That gives you the opportunity to stay focused on what it is that you want. He is considered protector. And in this book, the elemental dignitaries is earth and fire. So I thought that was interesting. And the
Yeah.
correspondences, Leo, Virgo, and take caution before entering a situation, establish trust, and look before you leap. And that's why I like, like you said, the other ones kind of rush forward, especially the Knight of Wands and Swords. Whereas the Knight of Pentacles kind of almost not quite like the Fool card, but taking their time to see, and move before making any rash decisions. And they pose questions too for this Knight. What happens when you slow down your movement? Who do you protect? And what commitments require your attention? Um, so let me see. He's a firm foundation on which to stand and operate on. So yeah. Um, so I'm going to pass on with that one. Let's see, what did Irene share? Trying to go back and forth.
That makes sense.
I stopped trying to make nature videos of the beautiful places I go, but I found it broke my connection with the natural realm. Okay, so, but because I found it broke my, well, I hope you do them again. You do what makes you happy and brings you joy. Um, and let's see, my last book is the Fyodor Pavlov Tarot. And what I love about this deck, it's very inclusive. And for the Knight of Pentacles, they actually go by coins in this deck. But I love that the Knight of Coins or Pentacles is in a
Oh, yeah.
wheelchair, but he still has his horse with him. And according to this one here, it is about coins or pentacles deal with the physical manifestation, abundance, and again the journey. So this we can even associate this Knight with the journey of was that like the Green Knight, or in the journey of the adventure in search of the Holy Grail. What are you searching for? What are you looking for? Are you sure it's not
Yeah.
looking for you, or it's already found you? And this Knight are, wait a minute. So the Knights are the energetic go-getters. I like how you put go-getters, which are quite literally taking the journey and are therefore frequently portrayed on horse that aids them in pursuing their goals. The Knight is generally regarded as someone who embodies a more paced approach. He is a little slow and steady, wins the race kind of person, a little less rambunctious and headstrong than the others. Although, in our books, they also say they could be stubborn. So having to keep in mind, might be mindful of that. But the Knight of Coins is someone who in a more negative interpretation, can be regarded as slow, conservative, or stuck in a rut. So keeping that in mind. So if you get into those moods, maybe consider meditating on the Knight of Pentacle cards, and note that, to get that upright, or to get more grounded in that energy of that card, maybe do that walking exercise in that other book suggested. More positively, he is somewhat patient and careful enough to take their time and get the job done right. The Knight of Coins reminds us not to regard the circumstances. I love this. This Knight reminds us not to regard the circumstances that set us apart from others as obstacles.
Hmm.
So, not seeing as we may all be different, but let's not see it as obstacles. Maybe
Yeah.
see it as opportunities of taking time, looking at all the different aspects of, who this person is, what they believe, how what their environment was growing up, that kind of thing. So taking time to not looking at it as obstacles, but possibly new ways of looking at learning about each other. And says just because we cannot do what we want the same way as other people does not mean we cannot do them all. We might have to just take our time and figure out a different approach. So that resonates with me because I can raise my hand and honestly say there are times when I've seen people going by, with these sports cars that I could live more than comfortably a year on, or I see people doing things that I wish I can do, or having homes, and I'm like, why the hell do some of these people get to have so much more? And then it's kind of like you got to step back, and what they're saying here is that sometimes we can attain certain things that we may see that others have or get to experience, and we may just have to find a different approach to them, if at all we are meant to do that in this life. And then here it goes on about, the actual image of the card. Instead of a horse, I wanted to portray my knight in a wheelchair. I wanted to suggest a slower pace, not as a detriment or something that's holding him back, but simply as just another facet of who he is. The wheelchair is an instrument operated by the knight himself, guided by him with thought and intention. Like all the other knights, he too has a horse, because to a knight his horse is both a symbol of his status and also a trustworthy companion that will aid him in achieving his goals. So when I see that, it's almost kind of like his emotional support. He's That horse is there to guide him and help him where he needs to be, and then in turn he takes care of that horse. It's that beautiful symbiotic relationship that the both have. So those are the nights that I wanted to bring and to share. So, we had someone join us. I saw Magic is do 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 do
We do.
do. Let's see. Let me just back up a little bit. Hannah said, "I understand that, Irene, because you focus more on conserving the moment instead of experiencing it fully."
Yeah.
And Jackie shared something. Today I watched a guy singing live outside a pub, and for the first time, I didn't record any as I find I miss out on the energy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that confirms what I just, tried to say. And then Irene also shared exactly, Jackie. It's like the doing of filming
Yeah.
takes over the being part of the moment. And Magic by Moonlight is here. And this is Shay. Hello, Shay. Good to see you, my dear. Thanks for
So
joining us.
Shay, I presume, yes?
Um, her name is Shaylee. Her name is Shaylee, but she goes by Shay.
Oh,
SHAE, I
yeah.
believe. Yep.
AE, is it okay?
Yep.
I like to
So
know people's names.
yes, it's nice to be able to greet them by their names.
Yeah.
So um again, if anybody would like to share their insights, Magus, you do, tarot, you do videos where you share and explore imagery in the cards. If there's anything you would love to add, or anybody who would like to add, their perspectives or their experience in reading with the page, and how does he change character a bit? I mean, I would assume he would have changed, like all court cards would change character from, reading to reading, because we're not all, cookie cutter. So I'm just interested. And even Jackie, how do you, when you read and pull the Knight of Pentacles, is it, how often, I want to say is not how often does it stray from what we know, but are there other elements that certain readings bring that you found that you could connect with that night that you hadn't thought of before? If that makes sense.
Oh, there would be. I mean, I'd often find that I'd pull a card and have a thought on, like, obviously an intuitive thought on it that wouldn't be the norm for the original meaning of the card, kind of a thing. Um, but the one thing that did dawn on me there, you mentioned fire in one of the books that
Mm-hmm.
you were reading, and it dawned on me that, yeah, the Knight of Pentacles is fire of earth. So to confuse people, pages, all pages are the element of earth. So like the Page of Cups is earth of water because
Water.
of the cups, right? The knights, now again, people mix these up. Some people say the knights are air and the
Mm-hmm.
kings are fire, but I read them as the knights are fire because the
Mm-hmm.
knights
Yeah.
are the younger ones charging off out into their futures. The kings are
They're intellectual.
the
Yeah.
bosses. They're the older men. They've lived a long life of experience and they have a lot more intellectual abilities than the knight. Do you know what I mean? So I read the knights as fire. So yes, of course, the Knight of Pentacles is fire of earth. So they're complete opposite conflicting energies, like the fire being the fastest and the earth being the slowest. So if you think about it, like they have the passion of the fire element, but they also have the, what's the word? They, like, I can't think of the word, but like the ability to control themselves and kind of hold themselves
Mm-hmm.
back while they're planned properly, you know,
Yeah.
as opposed to going with that passion and just going hell for leather and doing whatever they want and messing everything up. And the self control, I suppose, they have the self control of the earth element to
Yeah.
actually take a step
Self-regulating.
back
Yeah,
and
they can
plan. Yeah,
self-regulate their
do you know?
emotions. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the fire element. Yeah,
They're
so I consider the
mindful.
night fire.
Yeah. And the
Yeah,
pentacles could be more like the more of the mindfulness.
yeah,
Um, Now, for me, the knights can also represent military too, as well. I know some people associate
yeah,
the Knight of Swords more with military, but with any sort of, again, as personal associations with our decks. Some decks I may see a card like for the heaven and earth. That's when we were doing our I would use this deck for our investigative tarot because the images were a little more muted, a little more darker. The expression sometimes a little bit more intense, and so I would gravitate towards that deck for certain readings. So each deck, the knights are going to have like different filters, again, facets.
yeah,
And then, of course, you have what people traditionally believe. Some people like to focus heavily on the Kabbalah with the tarot, whereas some people feel more like just learning the basics of, what is taught in the books. Some Because I know for me, once you start bringing things in like the Kabbalah and stuff, and too much of the astrology, my brain just shuts right down,
yeah,
and then I kind
yeah,
of lose that. I don't want to. I lose that organic, if that makes sense. I lose that
yeah,
natural, spiritual, organic energy, with my cards if I get too much, up until all that. So for me, I'll keep some of those in my periphery, but for some of us too, just the basic of what Tina teaches, puts in her books or in a particular deck. Because I mean, how many different tarot decks are out there that will have like the Hush Tarot? That takes a bit of a, I mean, it's the basic, but then, Jeremy gives it a twist. So I love that there are more than one way of reading a tarot. Just
yeah,
like there are more, ways of us being different tarot readers and learning not to kind of necessarily, like what Miss Tarot D says, we have to stop comparing ourselves to each other and saying
exactly.
one way of reading the tarot is better than the other. We have to be able to trust, we learn basic and then from there, it's our personal, you know, intuitive abilities, not just intuitive, but so I don't know. I think sometimes, and I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent. This might be for a different show, but um, you know, some people say it's more of you need to know the knowledge or the history of the cards to be a better reader, where a lot of people kind of not but the intuitive part becomes subservient, not
Yeah,
subservient, but in more inferior, where for me, I think there needs to be a healthy balance, as long as, because, again, this is you filtering, just like these cards were filtered by one person, and then there's another, because there's all different types of, here we go, Heather again, with the Thoth, the RWS, and then people wanting to heavily focus more on the Kabbalah. There are some that want to be more intuitive. That book that Rain suggested for us, I still need to read about healing. So we're looking at the tarot through the
Oh yeah,
lens
yeah.
of the healing aspect. So there's going to be all different ways of taking the basic information and kind of putting it together into what resonates or vibrates best with us. Um, because we're not always supposed to give the same read. Because that was me at one point. I'd be like, well, this is, and I'm going to mention Allison here because Allison has been reading tarot very seriously longer than I have. And so there were times when I was learning, I would be like, well, I'm not getting the same message she is. So maybe I'm not good as a reader, or I would read with Gerald, or I would read. It didn't matter who I would read with. If I was getting something different, then I would start worrying about, well, maybe I'm not a good reader. Maybe I'm not. And then we have to realize it's because we are filtering. Just because the message is going to be different doesn't mean it's not what's needed. So again, like with Irene learning, new to tarot, again, if you go to pull cards, because sometimes we'll do shows where we'll ask people, pull cards along with us, let's see what we all get. And if somebody doesn't get something that's the same or a majority, it's like that's okay, because that might be an aspect that doesn't come through my field or my understanding, but it comes through yours because you're connected differently, and it's just as important. So I hope I didn't go up too much on a tangent, Jackie and chat. But sometimes when it starts coming, and Heather has to say it. So, but yeah.
Hannah said tarot is complex enough without Kabbalah or astrology. It's true. I have no interest in Kabbalah or like Hebrew. I know there's Hebrew letters related to all the cards
Mm-hmm.
as well. And like with the astrology, I like to know what the court cards are linked to astrology wise, because I think that's important
Mm-hmm.
in kind of adding in a bit of extra information about each of the courts. Um but then like you have, for example, now these are the only ones I know, right? But like the 2 3, so air signs, obviously I'm Libra, my husband's Aquarius, my friend Saoirse's Gemini, right? So I know they're the 3 air signs, that's all I know. um but like the 2 3 and 4 of swords are Libra, the 5 6 and 7 of swords are Aquarius, I think, and the 8 9 and 10 are Gemini, or I could have those two mixed up.
Hmm.
But so it's the same with all the other suits then. So like the 2 3 and 4 of Pentacles would be with one of the earth signs, the 4 5 or 5 6 and 7,
See,
and
now
the eight
that's
nine
going to
and ten.
yeah.
You
My
know,
brain's
so
going,
that
what?
so that's that's too
Yeah.
much. I like the fact that, like I said, the courts are linked to one. Now, when I say the courts, the knights, the queens, and the kings are linked to the 12 star signs. The pages can be any of the three
Hmm.
star signs from that element, do you know?
And something,
Um,
oh, I'm sorry.
so yeah, but that's enough astrology in in tarot for me.
Now, I know that people do enjoy incorporating, because some Kabbalah was put into the cards, and if people want to learn more about the astrology Kabbalah aspects of tarot reading, Stephen Cosmic Orphan has been doing a show every Friday night after Allison and I do our show. And he goes and he's been starting going through the major arcana, and he will explain and connect and show how certain cards are connected symbolically or historically with Kabbalah and some astrology. So, again, it's what each of us are able to process internally. For me, when I say intellectually, it's like for some things, my brain only works in certain ways. So for me, once I get past too much information, then it shuts off. It's like, okay, no, this is what you need for now, and digest. So Hannah, at some point, once you get into the basic representations of tarot, you may feel like, okay, maybe now I can open up and start learning other aspects of, incorporating aspects of Kabbalah and or astrology, or both into them. And I think it was about a year or so ago, Amy, esoteric she changed her name, Mystic Rose, so she's esoteric Rose Tarot now. She had a gentleman on, I can't remember his name, but his frame of thought, and again, this is his perspective, is that to be a true tarot reader, you need to know all about astrology, and you need to know about, and I think it was possibly Kabbalah involved in that too, but for him and his frame of mind and his belief in reading, for him, the astrology was essential. But that's for us to decide what is most essential for us and what we can learn, what we can digest. And like Maga said in the beginning, planting the seeds and letting things slowly grow. And let's see, Maga says he is the devoted steward. He gets down in the dirt. His armor is dusted with earth. He is commitment, work without applause. He is the love take that shows.
I
Is the
think that
love
should
take.
be he is the love that shows up every day,
Yeah,
possibly.
that's beautiful, Magus. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, he says, "Love you, Jackie."
Oh, I missed that. Love you too.
I like when there is a diversity amongst readers on a panel. Yeah, because if we all believe the same, read the same, it would be pretty damn
Yeah, it
boring.
would.
I'm telling you.
It would.
And Hannah says, "Thanks for the blessing, Magus. May you be blessed as well." So, let's see. Did I miss anything?
Don't think
Um,
so.
okay. So
I
yes,
can't believe you can't stare stuff anymore. That's ridiculous.
yeah. That pisses me off. I wish that I could. Steven uses something streaming service called EV and it can
Oh,
work.
never heard of
I
it.
can join him or maybe do it on my phone, but my iPad is old enough and the updates won't allow me to download it. But it seems like it's a lot better, and they have a free version as well. But until I get a laptop, it's StreamYard. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
and for people coming in, if you're seeing like what looks like these little purple crowns or something, just ignore them. That's YouTube trying again. Have us compete against each other and chat to who is the best chatter. So that's so for people coming in, just disregard those, because like Jackie and I said in the beginning, you're all the best chatters, so there's no need for competition. And then, of course, Knight of Pentacles, he's not all about competition. No, he's about,
Yeah,
and
true.
was it you or Rain that had said that he's like the guy, he's like the buddy at the party, like the designated driver. He'll sit back, hang out, make sure everybody's doing okay, chill, may even take a few tokes if that's, he's a very laid back
It
in the
wasn't me
modern
anyway.
sense.
Huh?
Um,
Yeah.
so again, now that's because this tarot, again, another point is that was done, started out around the 16th, 17th century. And so now we're the 21st century. So images and the way, how times have changed, we're going to be able to look at the tarot through modern eyes. So again, you have the ancient way of looking at it, or the older ways of looking at it, and then incorporating the more modern, approaches, and how human civilization has evolved, devolved, depending in certain aspects, and be able to start. Because when you talk about a Knight of Pentacles and you're looking at a knight sitting on a horse, that's hard to kind of, you know, resonate with or correlate that to a modern person. Like, how is this reflecting me in this day? We don't have knights riding around horses and defending kingdoms, stuff like that. So I like seeing how tarot in some sense is also being done through modern, as well. I like the balance, because like different readers reading differently, we have different tarot decks, that show, different aspects of the same thing as well, for us to be able to grow our knowledge. So um seeing if anybody else was sharing um their insights on the Knight of Pentacles. I think that's one of the reasons why that Star Seers tarot deck, I never wanted to get it. I still might at some point, because there is taken more of a modern view too. That's been very popular with folks because how
Stare Sears.
not the Star Seers, the site. What was it? What's this? What is that one by Chris Ann? Is
Oh,
it the
light
Light Seers?
seers.
The Light
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Seers,
Yeah.
where she brought in and modernized, you know, the cards, so that it makes maybe more sense, or we can relate more to what's going on in our modern day, you know, lives
Yeah,
compared
but I don't
to.
like the death card in that at all, so I just ended
Oh,
up
really?
not
I have
keeping it.
no idea what it is.
You know me and my death card, I'm like, no.
Not even like it. For me, a make or
Yeah.
break um is the High Priestess. So yes, the Light Seers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, so we're at an hour, and I know you guys usually like to keep your shows, you know, your lives to an hour. Um, did we want to? I didn't know if we didn't get a chance to talk backstage. Do we want to pull like a collective reading to send everybody off with, or do you
Oh,
want to
we
just say?
will.
Because I brought something fabulous, you
Ooh, what
know,
is it?
and I wonder what these are
I have no idea. Tell me.
and who helped me get them. But they sell, and I'm so excited because my specially made pouch is coming for them this week. So I'm excited. And Mega says, Light Sears book I really like too, he said. So nice. I had the deck The Unfolding Path that I thought I liked. There's only a few cards though. Um,
Yeah, I had
the
that
High
too.
Priestess was amazing. She was a crone holding a pomegranate, and that was a beautiful card. But a lot of the other cards, I really there were more that I didn't end up resonating with that I did, and for me, I need to almost fully resonate with all of them. You know, there may be a few here or there, but
Do people in chat know what you're shuffling around there, what you're ruffling around there? Have they
oh,
seen them?
I don't know. I know
I don't
some
know
do.
either. Wait till
And
you
I know
see
and I know
them.
Miss Tarot
Woo,
D wants these.
dropping
Oh,
cards.
she
Does
wants
she?
these. So let me pull out one here.
Oh, what are we
And
doing? How many are you pulling?
I'm just pulling 3.
Oh, yeah.
And let's see. And oh, hey Ben!
Ben!
We're just
Hey,
ending up with
Ben.
a collective reading, but thanks for
There's my
popping in,
favorite Brit
Ben.
boy.
Your favorite what boy?
So himself and Govinda started up a channel together called Brit Boys because they're British. So I say he's my
Cute.
favorite Brit boy.
Aw, but it's good to see Ben, and everybody check out Ben. He has a channel as well. He's
Yes,
another member of our community who
love
sings,
Ben.
dances, is an amazing reader. He's Ben. I'm going to say he's a very well empathic reader. He really can pick up on emotions. Very
Oh my
intuitive
God, he
as
can.
well. So be sure to check out Ben. And Ben, we'll have to figure someday because I'm up earlier now in
Ooh.
the morning where you maybe and Jackie and I can do a show together. I would absolutely love that. So, what did you get?
Um,
I thought you
just
wanted.
a quick,
Okay.
yeah, no, well, yeah, two things. A couple of weeks ago, Ben pulled a few cards for me,
Mm.
and he sent me the picture, and he said what he initially thought of them, and then out of the blue, he goes, was there a party that you weren't invited to? And I was like, oh my God, yes, because it was the Four of Wands. Now it wasn't reversed, but like that, he just intuitively picked up that it was kind of as if it was the reversed meaning, you know. And I was like, holy Jesus, and he knew the whole story, and I was like, that is crazy.
Very cool. Yes, Ben is very intuitive. He's very empathic. He's a gentle soul, and we need more of
Oh,
those in our
yeah.
community. Hmm.
We love Zorben.
We loves our Ben.
So yeah, I have my favorite card, Death card,
Oh,
and I would love to join you two for a live. Count me in. Woohoo!
yay!
So I have the
Message
King
me,
of
Ben.
Swords and I have the Death card. So the Death card, lads, for anyone who doesn't know much about tarot, is not about death necessarily. But it's about just the death of old ways and leaving room for new things coming into your life. So it's like one door closing, another door opening. So it's about being prepared for big change and coming up with this. I put them the wrong. Oh no, yeah, I was going to say I put them the wrong way around. I didn't.
Core
Coming up with
card.
this, woohoo! Coming up with this King of Swords, a king who's in management. Kings are about management. Swords is the element of air. It's about your thoughts, your mind, your communication. So this is staying in control of your mind while you're going through the.
Mhm.
Blah.
I get a lot of that lately.
What the fuck was that? So, and I'm talking about communication. Hello, like, and we're in Mercury retrograde. So while you're going through this big change at the moment, then try to stay in control of your communication. There we go. I said it. That was funny. So what did you get?
And Shay says, I have that deck. It was one of my first ones. I still
I
use
love
it.
it. I
I
only
love the
got it
black ones. And
a
you
month
know
ago or
what,
something.
Jackie, now that I have you, I love that Egyptian
Oh,
tarot that you got.
I'm
I
quite
know
obsessed with
it's
that.
I know, I mean, I want the deck, a couple decks that's got the actual real hieroglyphs on it, but that artwork with the Art Nouveau with the Egyptian,
I've
oh my
always
God.
wanted an Egyptian deck. Now I have an Egyptian deck. It's absolutely beautiful. It has gold foiling in the background and stuff, but it's not totally based on the RWS, so it's a bit it's a bit more out there. But then I had another one, and I can't remember what it was, but I moved it on anyway. But this one, Ben had a deck review of this, and I was going, "Oh Jesus, yeah, I need it." And what happened was Maya
Yeah,
Maya came to Cove to me to collect decks from me that I was getting rid of. And she brought this down to me, and I was like, hallelujah. And it's just stunning.
that's beautiful. I
I mean,
love
look at
that.
them. They're absolutely gorgeous. So, yeah, what did you get?
Yeah.
What did you
Well, really quick, Irene said that, so Irene is using the
get?
Christopher
Judgment.
Butler, which I want to get at that point, and she pulled the
Healing Light
Judgment
Tarot. Yeah.
card. So, Irene, how do you see that card? Because the Judgment card can be about, for me, I see it as possibly, no, actually, I'm not going to say anything. Irene, what
Yeah.
do you feel about that
Yeah.
card?
Tell us. Go on, read it
And
for us.
so, well, she's typing. If you feel comfortable to. I got 3 tiles, and I said, "Ooh,
Ooh.
tiles!" So I have the lovely Jamie Sawyer hexagonal
Oh, I can
tiles.
smell them.
I kind of lost the smell now a little bit, but still, it's just like, oh, but they stick sometimes. So, but I don't mind. They're still fab.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have the Three of Swords. So as a collective reading, um, what I'm saying right now as a collective is that there is a lot of heartbreak, there's a lot of sadness um, for a lot of us. Um, I mean, there's always some sort of play of heartbreak and sadness. It's a human emotion, something that we go through every day. But for those of us who have been experiencing that heartbreak, that sense of loss, that pain, just know that things are now coming full circle. We've been through the process, or we are going through the process of sitting, like with the Knight of Pentacles. This is perfect. This is apropos because according to my Tina Gone book, the Knight of Pentacles was talking about sitting with emotions that bring us discomfort, things that make us uncomfortable, that hurt,
Yeah.
lessons or failures that we've learned. So this is perfect. So those things that have broken our heart, that put those swords in our heart, um, let's sit through them,
Mm.
acknowledge them, honor them. It'll bring us full circle into acknowledging them. And then I have the Wheel of Fortune. And then for me, it means once we acknowledge those and go through those, excuse me, and everything comes full circle, then that good fortune comes in and we can start spinning and riding that wheel again to something else. So um, that's what I have.
Good stuff.
And Ben said, that's a nice deck iron. Yes, the Chris Butler. Yep. So.
I wanted to show you this look.
Oh, the High Priestess, Isis. Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
Yep.
Gorgeous. Now, for
This
me,
deck
oh,
is beautiful. Go on.
Because for me, though, I know this, it is, I mean, I was probably there at some point because, I believe in past lives, but, a lot too with the Egyptian decks, I'm looking for something that has maybe that's more close to what, skin tone and types and stuff were in that period or in that area. And I think in that deck, they go back between different shades of skin tone, correct? Some are a little bit, because you know how a lot of decks are like, no matter what culture it is, they're whitewashed. Does that?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think that one includes some variants, which I like, if I
No, they do,
remember
but
correctly.
they also have. Wait, now, can I show you? Oh, like look at my favorite card. Look, first of all, let's appreciate the death card.
Ooh, that's the death card, Anubis. Yes,
Oh, I love him.
looks like
But
he's about to do a dance,
yeah.
dance of death.
But look at the oh my God, where is it? Oh, I love this too. Look.
Yes, that's beautiful. I love that.
Ben has
And
been a
they don't
smarty
have
pants.
random mermaids.
Yeah, exactly.
Mermaids are very popular.
Look, is that not the most gorgeous Nine of Swords you've ever seen?
Wow.
Oh my God,
Cleopatra on her
I'm
deathbed knowing, where's
obsessed.
that asp? I gotta end it all.
But
But
the
yeah.
one I wanted to show you, it'll be the last card. Wait for it. What's
And
the
what
name of
is the
that deck?
name of the deck? Yes.
So it is the Egyptian Art Nouveau Tarot by Julia F. Massaglia. She did the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Yeah. So look, they have these blue people. I can't remember the name of this guy, but anyway, it's a blue fella in ancient Egyptian history. And there's the green fella. He's the Hierophant.
Yes, I think that's Osiris. Hmm.
Yes, yes, that's right. So yeah, oh my God, what a gorgeous deck. I'm completely obsessed with this. You
And
do
Shay
need it.
says, oh my gosh, I need that deck in my life. Me too.
But as Gerald would say, hashtag purchase responsibly.
Yes. And Irene did share with us what she took from her card. And it says, maybe
Oh,
time for me to grow up and get rid of all that doesn't
ah,
serve me and take legal action and other actions too. I don't know. Because, with the judgment card, for me, when I see it in a reading, it's about spiritual awakenings, yes, but also learning to let go of judgments that we have on ourselves, when we can. I mean, there are times when we're going to be strong in that power, and there are times when we're going to fall right into it, and we're going to have those moments. um but yeah, I like that. Thank you for sharing, Irene. And let's see, everyone. Okay, so you already said, okay, Nancy, which deck is that? And that's the Egyptian Art Nouveau. um
it is gorgeous.
all righty. So, Jackie, what you got coming up, girl? Anything
Well,
besides your,
um,
oh, why you share your class with the people that have come in since?
yeah, my tarot course is starting on Monday. So for Monday and Friday night for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be doing an online tarot course. Um, people can pay up by PayPal if they're interested. It's only €30 for the 6 classes. It'll be live on an unlisted video through YouTube, meaning only the people who've paid for the course can watch it. I'm only taking 20 so that there'll be just that little bit
Got
more
5 spots left.
personal touch. Yeah. Because the ones I've done, there've been like a couple of hundred on, and sure, everyone is typing away mad, and she wasn't getting to read most of the comments and all the rest of it. So I wanted to keep it to 20 so I'll be able to chat to everyone. Thanks, Ben.
Whoop, whoop.
Um, so yeah, I'm only doing the 20, so I've only about 5 spots left. Yeah, live through unlisted YouTube.
And in the link below, in the description, is the link to Jackie's video that she did explaining what you need to do if you're interested and where to
Yeah,
go. So that is listed below, and you can also email Jackie as well. Be sure to
email is on my
subscribe,
channel.
and her email's on her channel. So, um, any other live shows planned or?
Um, No, there was going to be one this Saturday, but we've had to put it off till the following Saturday. Myself and Little Zen Crone, Jill. So I'm on her channel Saturday week, the 2nd of August.
Oh, I don't know this Zen Crone Jill.
You would,
Or
I
have I?
think. Yeah, I think you would because see,
Hmm.
she was around. I think it's a couple of years, she said, since she put anything up on her channel.
Oh, wow.
You
Okay.
would have known her back in the beginning, I'd imagine.
Okay, I'll have to take a look and maybe I'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, I know who
You'll
that
see her
is.
face and you'll recognize her, do you know? It's just when you don't hear from people for a long while, you're like, oh crap, I forgot about them.
And so we promised
But yeah,
that it will not take another 6 to 8 months, however long it was for Jackie and I to do the next
no, it
one.
won't. Queen of
Because we're
Pentacles.
starting to settle in here. So Queen of Pentacles will be coming up next. I might do a pop-up this week, depending.
Mm,
But Friday, Allison and I will be back for our Friday show, still at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which makes it 5 p.m. here, Pacific Standard. And not sure what our topic is going to be. I know we are going into Leo season, and it's what people talk about, this Lionsgate. I think this is
Landscape Portal, oh
something
yeah.
new that people have been spinning for, I think, about the last 3 or 4 years. I'm not sure exactly how long it's been, or how, if it's just recently become popular, but we are moving into Leo season. And so everybody stay cool, stay hydrated. Um, and we'll see you on our next show, and take care. And thank you again for coming by and supporting Jackie and I. We appreciate you all very much. So we will see you next time.
Mwah.
Bye.